your best choice. BEFM 부산영어방송.
혹시 지금 운전 중이신가요? 어린이 교통사고 피해자 수는 지난 3년 평균 약 9만 명. 특히 어린이 보호구역 안전 기준이 강화된 이후에도 어린이 보호구역 내 사고는 지속적으로 발생하고 있습니다. 스쿨존에서는 반드시 시속 30km 이하 서행, 스쿨존 내 불법 주정차 금지, 차량 출발 전 앞뒤 좌우 살피는 습관으로 어린이가 안전한 도시를 만듭니다. 참, 운전 중 휴대전화 사용은 모두에게 위험합니다. 우리 모두를 위한 교통안전, 나부터 실천하면 모두가 안전해집니다. 어린이가 안전하게 뛰어놀 수 있는 부산. 아이 키우기 좋은 도시는 우리 모두의 미래이자 희망입니다. 이 캠페인은 어린이가 안전한 부산을 만드는 은행, B&K 부산은행과 함께합니다.
지역 경제가 힘차게 출발합니다. 기업들이 고객을 향해 더 빨리 가려면 방송 광고라는 엑셀을 밟으세요. 경제도 기업도 더 힘차게 달려가니까요. 방송 광고의 작은 힘, 경제의 큰 힘입니다. 부산 방송광고발전협의회.
Coming up next is Inside Out Busan with Min-Soo Shin. BEFM 부산 영어방송.
Hello, and welcome to the program. This is Inside Out Busan. I'm your host, Min-Soo Shin. Question for you. Do you have a memorable 사수 during your work life? 사수 meaning a workplace senior. Now, in a recent survey of those in their 20s that are looking for jobs, it turns out that they'd most want a mentor at work who's a bit like, have you heard of the name Yoo Jae-seok? Or what about the athlete known as Son Heung-min? Do those names ring a bell? Now, even though a good salary is important, having supportive colleagues and workplace mentors, right, or your seniors, is also highly valued in an appealing job. So, question for you once again, do you have good mentors around you?
So lost, what a fool I was. Yeah. You call me manly, so masterful. You call me manly, so powerful. Was I ever gullible? Yeah, she's the ball. She's the ball. So I stay home. In the kitchen, she the boss in bed, she the boss in my head, she the boss. Okay, you're the boss. Okay, you're the boss. Okay, I do what you say, okay. Now she the governor. She's number one. From where I'm standing, I'm just a bum. She the boss. Stay home. I stay home. Stay home. Stay home. It's all over. Party's over. It's all over. Party's over. Party's over. Okay, I do what you say, baby. Yeah, okay. You want breakfast in bed? You got breakfast in bed. You want me to hold all calls? I'll hold all calls. You want me to fix your hair, baby? I'll fix your hair. You want me to fix your dinner? I'll fix your dinner. You want me to stay up late? Yeah, I'll stay up late. No problem, no problem. She the boss. She the boss. Stay, stay. Stay, stay. It's all over, over. Party's over, over. Now keep my shirt. Yeah, she the boss. She the boss. She got the pants on. Now she the boss. I'll stay home. What I say? You wanna what? Right now, baby. But I got a headache. You want it right now, baby. But I gotta wash my hair. But it's my time of the month. Okay.
Hello. Happy Monday to you all. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is Inside of Busan, and I'm your host, Min-Soo Shin. 아주 즐거운 월요일입니다. Welcome to the program. I do hope it was a rather, lovely Monday for you all. It could be tough, right, after the weekend, but you guys made it through the day, right? So only a couple more to go until the weekend. That's kind of weird to say right now. But thank you so much for deciding to hang out with me today. To open up our show, that was Mick Jagger with She's the Boss. So I threw out a question for our listeners today. What kind of boss or what kind of senior, what kind of, I guess anybody that would be considered a person that's been there a little longer than you. So a person that maybe you would report to at work. In Korea, we would refer to them as 사수, right? 사수 is, I guess if you translate, it's like a workplace senior. It's not like a boss, but somebody that, of course, has been there longer than you and maybe does take the lead, maybe right when you start your job, first day at work, they kind of like, teach you the ropes so that, you get the hang of it, right? So those people are considered 사수. Now, everybody being from all walks of life, you have different personalities and everything. So according to a recent survey of 2,000 job seekers here in Korea, they were asked the question, what kind of 사수 would you want in the workplace? What kind of 사수, workplace mentor, right, would you like to meet at work? Now, and they had various answers, of course. They gave characteristics, personalities, traits, and whatnot. But according to the survey, it revealed that young job seekers, their top choice of the kind of 사수 that they would want at the workplace was a 사수 like 유재석. I'm sure that name rings a bell, right? They refer to him as, a lot of stuff, right? But 국민 MC does ring a bell. Yeah, he's pretty much everywhere. Anywhere you turn your head, you cannot go, I guarantee you cannot go a whole day without seeing his face or hearing his name, right? Now, the reasons cited that, 유재석 they wanted as like their ideal kind of 사수, workplace mentor, was because of his abundant consideration for people. kindness when it comes to explanations, and the ability to endure challenges well, right? The abundant consideration and kindness in explanations, you get a lot of that from a lot of the talk show programs that he's done so far. And I think the ability to endure challenges well, probably referred to as his stint at the Infinite Challenge, that program, right? Now, coming in second place, this was something that I really think about. I was like, oh, but makes sense. The second choice of young job seekers was a sasu like the great football player Son Heung-min. Yes, him, Sonny, as we some people refer to him as, right? So Son Heung-min was praised for leading by example, being diligent, and continually practicing on his own, which demonstrates constant effort. I don't know about you, but as great of a player Son Heung-min is, and as proud of we are of him, right, as a country, 살짝 부담스러울 수도 있어요, I think, right? Because he does his job so well. All workplace mentors, hasus, should do their work well so that their trainees, interns, and whatnot, people under them follow suit. Oh, but the amount of work that Son Heung-min puts in, he's good for a reason, right? Because he puts in that much work. Coming in at number 3 was Faker. I'm sure you've heard of the name. Faker, professional gamer and League of Legends world champion. Now, despite being the best in his field, obviously, he remains humble and open to learning because there's always room for improvement. That's his mindset. This is the kind of sasu that I would want. You know, the person that doesn't really show that, oh, because I'm sasu, everything I say goes. Somebody who does have more experience, somebody who has seen lots of success, but always open to new ideas and new opinions. Because like I said, everybody comes from different walks of life, comes from different backgrounds, so they might bring to the table something that you have never come across or never even knew of before, right? Now, it was impressive that according to the job seekers, once again in their 20s, conditions, though, for a good workplace not only included high salary and work-life balance assurance, but also having good colleagues and sasus, right? Their workplace mentors. So, question for our listeners here on Inside of Busan today. What type of sasu, what type of workplace mentor, senior or even manager or boss would you like to meet at your job? Or maybe even share your own experience. 여러분, 직장에서 만나고 싶은 사수, 직장 선배나 직장 멘토 유형은 어떤 분이 있습니까? I'm very curious. I'll share mine a little bit in the program, but I'll be looking forward to your answers as well. Text us pound 9050 샵 9050 will cost you 100 won. You could chat with us on our Kakao Talk, or you could log on to our YouTube. We are live over there. All right, come join us. I'll be waiting for you. Time for News Bites. Time for the Monday edition of News Bites. With us is BFM newscaster Cate Shin. Happy Monday, Cate.
Happy Monday, Min-soo.
Hope your weekend was well.
Not too much going, but relaxing.
Relaxing. I think that's the point of a weekend. Well, thank you so much for coming in today. Headline making news from Korea and around the world. What's up first?
So on Sunday, South Korea's military detected a missile launch from the Pyongyang area at around 2:55 p.m. The missile, the first since December 18th, flew approximately 1,000 kilometers before landing in the sea. Defense Minister Shin Won-sik had suggested in an interview last week that North Korea might test a new intermediate-range ballistic missile, or IRBM, this month after solid fuel engine tests in November.
Okay, so anything new coming out of North Korea, especially when it comes to their ballistics and their military, this is something that I'm sure not only South Korea, but the rest of the world is going to be keeping their eyes on. So, do we know any of the capabilities of this new missile, if it is a new missile, and what could be the reason for the firing these days by the North?
North Korea's solid fuel IRBM development raises concerns due to its stealthier launch capability compared to liquid fuel missiles. Seoul suspects the IRBM can target United States bases in Japan and Guam. given its 3,000 to 5,500 kilometer range. The country also claimed a successful hypersonic missile launch, but South Korea disputed this. Ongoing tensions prompt collaboration between Seoul, Washington, and Tokyo in real-time missile threat sharing. The recent missile launches is labeled a provocation violating United Nations resolutions, with South Korea warning an overwhelming response. Kim Jong-un's recent statements indicate heightened war readiness amid geopolitical events such as the general election in April coming up in the region.
Right. I think missile launch of any kind can be seen as, a violation when it comes to UN resolutions. So we're going to have to keep our eyes on this, obviously. Thank you so much for the update. What's next?
President Yoon Suk-yeol plans to extend semiconductor investment tax deductions beyond their expiration this year. He made this announcement during a public forum at Seongkyungwan University, highlighting the benefits of tax deductions for investment growth in the semiconductor industry, increased profits, job creation, and national revenue. Yoon dismissed claims of favoritism and emphasized the positive impact on the semiconductor ecosystem.
Okay, so increased profits, job creation, national revenue from the semiconductor industry. What about when it comes to R&D budgets?
So, President Yoon, addressing the Ministry of Economy and Finance as the hub for projects, foresees increased tax and fiscal revenue through tax deductions and subsidies. At a forum with around 50 participants, including semiconductor representatives and experts, he assured continued support for research and development, or R&D, despite concerns about reduced budgets this year. Yoon outlined plans for a semiconductor mega cluster in southern Gyeonggi, projecting a 622 trillion won investment, creating 3 million jobs over 20 years.
Wow.
Emphasizing stable power supply importance, he advocated for nuclear power, concluding with a call for rapid advancement in the semiconductor industry and global cooperation. In December of last year, President Yoon mentioned during his state visit to the Netherlands that ASML, visited by the president's delegation, had employees from over 60 countries. He emphasized that openness and internationalism can foster our science and industry.
Okay, so another sign that our country is continuing to invest, going, I don't want to say all in, but prioritizing the semiconductor industry as one of our main sources. Thank you so much for that. We're going to move on to our next bit of news. We're going to go international this time. What do we have?
So Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi called for a large-scale peace conference on the Gaza war, urging a two-state solution and resumption of Israel-Palestinian talks. Hamas released a video of 3 hostages, 37-second long, of Noah Argamani, 26, Yossi Sharabi, 53, and Itai Svirsky of 38, with a caption hinting at an update on their fate on Monday. Of the 240 seized by Hamas in a cross-border attack, around half were released in a November truce. Israel reports 132 still in Gaza, with 25 deaths in captivity. Israel claims over 1,200 killed in Hamas since the October 7th assault. And Gaza Health Ministry cites almost 24,000 killed and over 60,000 wounded in the subsequent Israeli offensive.
Goodness, those numbers are staggering now, with China's government calling for a peace conference of this incident. Is there the reason why? I mean, it feels like maybe countries around the world are seeing this war taking another turn. What do we know on that?
So the United States military intercepted a cruise missile fired by Houthi militants in Yemen towards a U.S. destroyer. Israeli forces targeted Gaza, destroying Hamas missile silos. Ongoing conflict in Gaza and Yemen raises tensions in the region. Israeli military shifted focus to southern Gaza, targeting areas with 2 million people. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu rejected the ceasefire and is aiming for a complete victory over Hamas. The next phase involves targeting operations against Iran-backed movement. On the northern border with Lebanon, Israel already killed 4 militants, and exchanges of fire has been reported with Hezbollah. And in the West Bank, Israeli forces killed 5 Palestinians, including teenagers, and Gaza war is getting triggered, with the violence in the West Bank.
Yeah, I mean, what's most concerning is you mentioned, sides not only targeting other, the opposing military and forces, but it seems like, they have just people in their crosshairs in the middle, and if it feel like for both sides, if people are caught in the middle, they're caught in the middle, and this is something that's very concerning. So we're going to have to keep our eyes on this as well. Once again, the war continuing to happen, the number of victims and those injured continuing to surmount. Thank you so much, Cate. That will do it for today's News Bites. You have a good rest of your evening. We'll see you back here tomorrow, okay?
I'll see you tomorrow.
The King of Pop, MJ, Michael Jackson with Come Together. The time is now 6:29. Moving on to the 30 mark now. Exactly 6:30. Welcome to the show. This is Inside Out Busan, and I'm your host, Min-Soo Shin. Let me give you a quick update on the weather as well, our traffic. Currently, Busan City averaging 6 degrees Celsius. Tomorrow, brace yourselves for a chilly start. We're going to see a dip in the temperatures, and we're going to dip below zero. Tomorrow, expecting morning low of -1. 영하 1도까지 내려갑니다. 네. Morning highs, afternoon highs of 10. The winds will also pick up in intensity. 오늘도 바람 좀 부른 것 같은데 내일 조금 더 강하게 불겠습니다. 그래서 여러분 단디 챙기세요. 제가 항상 하는 말이죠. On to the traffic, we have congestion on Pyeonglo from Kumsa Interchange going towards Suyong Tunnel. And then we have congestion on Nam Express from former Seobusan Tollgate going towards Nakdong-daegyo Bridge. Slow-moving traffic on Suyong Gangbyeondaero from the Seokdae Overpass going towards Panya Agricultural Wholesale Market. And unfortunately, a report of an accident. Car and van collision. This happened on Jeongwan-no from Dumyeong Tunnel going towards Chwacheon Junction. It happened in the second lane inside Dumyeong Tunnel, so that's why there might be a little backup there. Everybody, Drive safe. 안전운전 부탁드리겠습니다. Welcome to the show, everybody. Big good evening to 희수님 over on our Kakao Talk. 희수님, how was your Monday? I do hope your Monday was rather good. How's your weekend too? Do let us know. Folks, I am open to just anything and everything that you want to tell me. Of course, if you want to focus a little bit on, our text topic of the day, that's more than welcome. But yeah, just come by, swing by, say hi if you can, if you want to. But I want to ask our question. I want to ask our listeners too this question: what kind of 사수, workplace 사수? So what 사수 refers to, like a workplace senior. Senior meaning somebody that's been there before you, right? I don't know. I don't know what the standard, the criteria for a sasu is. I figure to anybody that's been there, maybe at least a year before I've been there, I would consider that person a workplace sasu. I feel like you have to go through a whole year to get the feel for, what the business or company is all about. So for me, somebody that's been there a year more than me, I would consider a sasu. So, yeah, what kind of sasu would you want? According to Young Job Seekers, they mentioned 3 specific people as sasus they would want to see in their job. Coming in at number 1 was Yoo Jae-seok, known for his, hospitality when it comes to people that he works with and talks to, the nice explanations that he gives. Not of course, the quality of the explanations are nice, but just not how nice he sounds. As well, just being up for any challenges, and that's because his stint, of course, on Infinite Challenge. Coming in at number 2 was Son Heung-min, Sonny, because of his hard work that he puts in. He wants to demonstrate not only his leadership, but he himself can do it too. And number 3 was League of Legends champion, world champion, Faker, right? Faker being known for his humbleness, because all his interviews, he doesn't brag much. He's like, oh yeah, we put in so much work and everything. I'm sure he feels it a little bit, but he's the type that is always open to suggestions, never taking, oh, I'm better than everybody, that kind of approach. So those are the top 3 kinds of people that people would want to see in their workplace, right? I am down for, a mix of all 1, 2, 3. Right? I'll tell you who the person that I would want to see the least as a sasu. Person like me, right? If I were to work under a person like me, we wouldn't get anything done. That's the cue to give Andrew the mic, right? You did that on purpose, right? Clearing your throat.
Yeah.
When's this guy going to give the mic over to me? Happy Monday, Andrew.
Happy
Hi.
Monday to you as well.
So same question for you. What kind of, workplace senior or mentor would you want to meet?
First off, I have to say something you said about Yoo Jae-seok.
Yeah.
It was funny, over the weekend, I was driving with my son, and we were talking about politics and, about there was...
You talk about politics with your son?
No, it was because on the radio, actually on BFM, they were talking about, the stabbing in Busan of Lee Jae-myung.
네.
And my son was wondering what happened, what was that about? And then I said about elections, and I said, oh, who's the president right now of Korea? He goes, Dad, that's Yoo Jae-seok. And I said, what? I said, no. I said, maybe a lot of people might appreciate that. That would be very fun. But no, it's not. So then we were talking about presidents and
that's
stuff.
so cute.
Who would I want to have as a workplace senior? I don't know,
Or what kind of personality or trait would you want him or her to have?
I just want somebody who's also understanding, but puts in the same, if you're gonna not do as I say, this kind of person, and then they don't do it. If they're putting in the effort as well, I feel like that the workers will be doing the same. So if they're just respectful and understanding, but also you see them putting in the effort, that also makes a big difference.
In the trenches,
Yeah,
right? With
definitely.
everybody else.
'Cause I worked in a paper mill when I was in university, my
that's
summer
right.
job.
You mentioned that before.
And there was some of the bosses, the head honchos would come through, and a lot of people are just like, yeah, those guys in their white hats. You know what I mean? Because they're like the boss,
Look
the
at them
hard
in their
hats and stuff.
ties.
Exactly.
And their shiny shoes.
But there's a few times when some of the bosses, jumped in to give a hand or to do something and gained a lot of respect from people. But then there was the people who were like, hey, we're a union.
Oh.
If there's not enough people here, hire more people.
Oh.
Get your hands out of there. But it's sort of, or like when I worked in, retail and stuff, and you could just see, the bosses who you want to work under, or just, your supervisors are the ones who've probably been there before.
Yeah.
And, they put in the time. So, yeah. But to be a senior, I don't know. I'm with you on that one. If it's like someone's like 6 months and you're like, well, you just got here too, buddy. Like, settle down.
Exactly. Like I said, you got to see a full 4 seasons at whatever,
At least I would say, yeah,
business,
definitely.
work your place you're in. Nice. Well, thank you so much for sharing. Oh, you just for president, right? That's so cute. All right, let's get to today's 5분 상식. Time for today's 5분 상식, getting you in the know of some of the most trending, useful, need-to-know words and expressions. 5분만 들으면 유식해지는 시간입니다. 오늘은요, 뉴스에 언급된 버거 코인, 버거 코인, 이거 대해 알아보도록 하겠습니다.
Hey, Minsu! What's up, buddy?
Hey, Andrew.
Oh, no.
I've been having such a rough day. I lost a lot of money on coin. Oh, I'm such in distress.
Oh, no, that's terrible. But hey, let's have lunch and take your mind off it. What are you in the mood for?
I was actually thinking about investing in Burger Coin.
Burger Coin? What's that? Is that a new burger brand or flavor or something?
No, Andrew, listen. So I visited this 화폐, cryptocurrency place, and it's not doing well. I mean, I invested in it. Oh, this is why I'm so upset right now.
Man, let's grab some Burger Coin. Just like you said.
아니, 내 말은 그게 아니라니까.
I know. And besides, with the cost of living going up, who can afford burgers with coins?
Andrew, you're missing the point. Burger Coin is an investment, not a way to buy burgers or a fancy name for a type of burger. And I just suggested it over kimchi coin, actually.
But I love burgers, and I love kimchi as well. And are they better? Is this like an artisanal thing? Not those cheap coins,
Never mind, Andrew. I can't even talk to you about this. Let's just order some actual burgers and enjoy our lunch, okay?
I'll have an artisanal burger. Please. I love those suje burgers. And don't forget the kimchi on the side, dude.
그게 아니라고! 답답해. 답답해.
Did anyone else just get hungry and want to order from a burger place?
Right now, I don't know about you, but if burger with a side of kimchi, sign me up. I'm just hungry in general.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, Burger Coin. What is this?
Yeah, unlike my character, I actually get it and I understand it, not just blinded by food. The term Burger Coin refers to a virtual currency that was issued overseas but listed on a domestic virtual asset exchanges. So last year, local cryptocurrencies like Terra, Luna, Wix, known as Kimchi Coin, gained popularity. Now, this year, attention shifted to the foreign Burger Coin due to concerns about kimchi coins, vulnerability to price manipulation, and the lack of transparency. Now, negative perceptions led investors to consider Burger Coin from abroad.
You see, the name Burger Coin, it makes my ears perk up, but then I actually find out that it's about cryptocurrency, and then my interest goes. But for those that are actually interested, no, I'm just kidding. I'm interested in this as well. What do investment experts then think about the current trend of Burger Coin?
Yeah, these are the experts, not me. I'm reading their advice. This isn't mine, people. Don't get angry at me. It gained attention last year when it listed Sui Libra, a virtual currency by Facebook in the United States. Even though Libra was initially popular, its price dropped significantly because of problems like improper circulation issues. Therefore, industry experts emphasize the need to strengthen transparency in trading, including disclosing listing criteria and circulation amounts. not only for managing burger coin, but also for resolving discrimination against domestic coins. This stuff is it's a bit heavy for me, even I'm the one reading it.
맞아요. I mean, you have to be like in this, a part of this world to understand.
Definitely.
My attention, once again, went directly to it because, I mean, the name of it, Burger Coin.
Yeah.
Come on. I feel like it was like this actual physical thing that I would put into like a vending machine and out comes this burger.
Or that's what you need that coin, exactly, to get a burger. You have to have that crypto to be able to buy a burger.
Exactly, right? A couple messages coming in. 가보자고님 saying, Andrew sounds like Patrick from SpongeBob.
I've heard that before.
그래요?
Yes.
Maybe.
I've also heard I look like Brad Pitt, but, you know.
그거는 대해서 no comment 할 건데요. But it's been so long since I've heard the like actual dubbing or the voice of, you know, like in English of SpongeBob, because I only hear, you know, like whatever's on TV these days, and it's all like the Korean dubbing. In Korean. Right? I got 다시 Patrick을 들어봐야 되겠네요. But so you have a fan. Also, 토끼님 saying 저도 주식 알못이라 햄버거가 sorry. This like heart is always in the way when I read the comments, you know, on YouTube. 주식 알못이라 햄버거에 김치 마시겠다라는 생각만. So 토끼님 thought, you know, because we talked about burger coin and then we threw kimchi coin in there too. 그래서 burger, kimchi flavored burger. I'd be down for that actually. Have you tried something like that?
I have, but it's also, I think it's, you know, like the fusion, like kimchi with tacos and stuff like that. You know, like there's like a bulgogi taco. Like they're popular in America, actually. It's funny that they're more popular there than they are here.
Yeah.
But there are burgers with kimchi on it and stuff like that. But I just think you need the right kimchi.
맞아요.
You know, I think I don't want some like, you know, like if you're making kimchi now.
Yeah.
I would want that kind of kimchi, like a crunch, a bite,
fresh,
almost like a pickled taste, not like the mature kimchi that's all funky.
네.
I want a fresh kimchi.
That sounds like a fast food idea.
There you go.
저 이거 다시 듣기 저장해야 되겠다.
Yeah.
All right, note to self: listen to today's show again.
Just keep it off my pizza, though.
Rip off
No
Andrew's
kimchi on the pizza.
kimchi burger idea.
There you go.
Thank you so much. 네, 버거 코인이란 해외에서 발행되었으나 국내 가상자산 거래소에 소장된 가상화폐 이름입니다. 오늘의 5분 상식이었습니다. 김대리, 퇴근하나?
예, 부장님.
집이 교회종이지? 같은 방향인데 같이 가지? 요즘 회사 생활 어떤가?
예, 저 열심히 잘하고 있습니다.
결혼 생활도 재밌지?
예, 뭐 즐겁죠, 예. 저 그 라디오라도 좀.
그래, 라디오.
네가 저번 주 심참인 것 같네.
22번 훈련병!
진짜 회사 생활 쉽지 않다. 어색한 이 순간, 인사이드 아웃 부산과 함께하세요.
All right, folks, it's Monday, first hour of our show. That means we have Andrew for today's Dear IOB. Hello, Andrew.
Good evening, everybody. I hope you have a hot drink and ready for some information.
맞아요. This kind of music does exactly put you in that mood.
Definitely.
Dear IOB, Andrew, what's this segment all about?
So this segment is in collaboration with the Busan Global Center and provides, you know, a lot of information for. And I always say this, it's not just for foreign residents in Busan, it's also for Koreans out there too, because I'm sure there's some information that we cover that, you know, maybe people didn't know about, or if you hear about it, you could maybe let, if you have an international, like a foreign friend, you could say, oh, I heard about this on BFM, you know, and give them some information. So, you know, if you're a native Korean listening, please don't tune out, all right? You know, this information could apply to you as well.
Yeah.
And then also, that if you are someone who's going to move abroad, these are things you might want to know in the country you're going to.
Oh, for sure.
Or visiting. So information good for everybody.
Yeah. It was over the weekend that I got into a situation, an actual situation where I go, I remember this, we covering this on Dear IOB. It was a thing about what happens if you find money on the ground. We found 1,000원.
Okay.
1,000원 bill. And I was like, oh, and I was with my daughter, and I was like, oh, 저기 1,000원이다. It's like, oh, that's like a 1,000원, like a bill on the floor. And I was like, wait.
What am I supposed to do?
What did Andrew say to do? And I was trying to like remember, like harken back to like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And then I was like, and then I looked back down and my daughter already picked it up and already put it in her pocket and she's like walking ahead. So, all right, well.
There you go.
There
What
you
can you
go.
do? What can you do?
Well, that happens too. But let's get to it's actual concerns and questions that foreigners, expats here residing here in Busan did like ask the
For
center
sure.
about,
Yeah,
right?
the Busan Global Center. These are, comments and questions that have been sent in. Or, also people maybe they're just wondering how to do things. So the first one here is something that I feel with the new age of technology, and we always keep saying in the age of the smartphone and whatnot, but I mean, that's been here for long enough now. But apps and applications are always evolving. There's always new things out there on the market. But there's also a lot of apps that are, obviously free, but they're there to help citizens. Like I have an app where you can, take a picture of a illegally parked car and then you can report it. And hopefully that person gets a ticket, that kind of stuff.
Hopefully.
So this question was, can I get information about the Emergency Reporting Direct app that integrates 112 and 119? So this is an app that's on, I believe it's on both platforms. And then you can use this for multiple things. So in case of emergencies such as a crime, fire, rescue, maritime accidents, so anything in the ocean, you can quickly report by selecting a picture and or reporting text based on the type.
Yeah.
So you don't have to actually call and see this. You could, just take a picture, send it, boom, and then it's done. And
yeah, because there might be situations where even if you try to call, you're not able to connect, right?
Yeah.
Especially you mentioned like maritime accidents. What if you're out at sea?
Yeah, definitely.
And it's hard to connect over the phone, but you could still send data.
Yeah,
over,
definitely.
Right.
Also, even in situations where, like you just said, speaking is difficult. I mean, I don't want to say, if something was terrible and you're in a situation where you can't make any. Yeah, you couldn't talk. Yeah. Right. Or
무섭다.
Yeah. No. Exactly. Right. But also in those situations, hopefully you have something that you can still get your voice out there. So that there. Multilingual reporting for multicultural families and foreigners. They can report conveniently in languages such as English, Chinese, Vietnamese, and Filipino.
Nice.
All right. So, and I believe there's a few more in there as well. Quick reporting with pictures and text for situations like traffic accidents, fights, assaults, or burglaries. I mean, because, always, and police will say this in all occasions, if you see something taking place, it's better not to jump in, or it's better not to, if there's a robbery happen, you don't need to be the hero.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, if there was a fight, maybe you might want to, stop someone from being harmed. I think that's a little bit of a different situation. But, if you see someone, burgling a car, then, take a picture and then, there you go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. Nice. So yes, there is a function out there, using the app, like you mentioned, the Emergency Reporting Direct app, where people, if you cannot call in right away, because sometimes, I don't know, if you're able to directly connect 112 and 119, that might be quicker. But let's say, you don't, of course, you're not well versed in Korean, and you have a lot of information. It might be easier to send it through.
That's one of the biggest things right there, yeah. Because then it's just boom, you can type it, and then on their end, everything gets translated, or either someone that is fluent in those languages, it works. Our next, we're going to jump down to the third one on our list for today, because it kind of goes with this. Okay. All right, so we're talking about reporting accidents, crimes, these kind of things. What about free legal consultation? This is one of the things as a foreigner in Korea. I'm always, I've never been in a situation where I've needed this, but I've heard horror stories of people, getting stuck at the police station, or they're going to court for something, and paying tons of money for legal fees and things like that.
Exactly.
So, legal experts, including lawyers, provide free legal consultation for those in need. This is every Monday at 1 o'clock. And the location, this is a lawyer's office or phone location. And this is with, there's one lawyer here, Park Chae-young, and this is every second Monday. And things that you can get in touch with them about are, family law, civil law, criminal law. And if you're looking to just get information, not like you need legal help in the sense of like, I'm going to court, I need your help. That would probably help as well. But if you're just curious about how things move through the law system here in Korea, if you have a case of, somebody owes you money, or there's something wrong with, your home and it's not being fixed. And we've talked about this on a few occasions. So this year, the Busan District Court, a Western branch, and the Eastern branch is the defense attorney. And there's a few other ones here. Consultation applications, you can contact the Education and Welfare Division. This is at 320-8344. And I believe if you go to the Global Center's website as well, or call them, they'll be able to get you that information.
Point you in the right direction, maybe even connect you, yes.
And I'm sure if it's something that is urgent, they may be able to, get you an appointment outside of that time, if something was really, really bad.
I feel like that's something that you knock on wood and you think, oh, I hope it never happens to me. But you might be in just a foreign country that, of course, you don't know the language. You're not, you don't know every article of every constitution of when it comes to the laws and what's legal and what's illegal there.
It's also like if you're, a foreigner living here, even a Korean, and you're working for a company, and they say, oh, no, this is Korean law, you do it this way. Well, if you're second guessing it, maybe you should take the next step and talk to somebody. Make sure it's okay.
맞아요.
And then, say, hey, listen,
exactly.
I talked to my lawyer.
맞아요. Talking to the lawyer, also something that is provided free every second Monday at 1 p.m., right? And this is provided by a couple of district courts. You mentioned the Busan, the Central District Court, the Western and the Eastern branch as well. Good to know. That gives people some peace of mind, I think.
Yeah, that it's available. The service is there.
Oh yeah, for sure. Nice. Well, Andrew, thank you so much. And I forgot to comment on your nice. I'm sorry, I can't find the words to say. Your haircut, you mentioned you were going to get it done last week. We had a lot of comments.
There was a lot of flow last week.
A lot of on the
too
flow,
much flow.
But it was
too much
good
flow.
Kind of flow, but looking nice, my man. Thank you so much for coming in, Andrew. That will do it for today's Dear IOB. We'll see you back here next week.
Have a good one.
All right, folks, that will wrap it up for our number one. We'll see you back here at 7 to take us out of our number one. This is Craig David with Fill Me In.
I got something to say, all right. Can you feel me? Come on. Can you feel me in? What you want me to do? Feel me in. Let's talk about it. I was checking this girl next door when her parents went out. She phone say, hey boy, come on right around. So I knock at the door, he was standing with a bottle of red wine ready to pour, dressed in long black satin, lace to the floor. So I went in, then we sat down, started kissing, caressing, told me about jacuzzi, sounded interesting. So we jumped right in, all calls diverted to answer phone. Please leave a message after the tone. I mean, me and her parents were kinda cool, but they were the fine line between me and you. We were just doing things young people in love do. Parents trying to find out what we were up to. Saying, why were you creeping round late last night? Now that I see two shadows moving in your bedroom light. Now you're dressed in black. When I left you were dressed in white. Can you feel me? Calls diverted to answer phone. Red wine bottle, half the contents gone. Midnight return, jacuzzi turned on. Can you feel me? Whenever the coast was clear and she'd ask me to come out, I'd say, hey girl, come right around. So she knocked at the door, I was standing with the keys in my hand to the 4x4. Jumped in my ride, chicken that nobody saw. The club we went in, we got down, bound to the rhythm. So it was early morning, thought we better be leaving. So I gave you my jacket for you to hold. Told you to wear it cause you felt cold. I mean, I didn't mean to break the rules. I weren't trying to play your mom and dad for fools. We were just doing things young people in love do. Parents trying to find out what we were up to. Saying, why can't you keep your promises? No more saying you'll be home by 12. Come strolling in at 4. Out with the girls but leaving with the boy next door. Can you feel me? Wearing a jacket whose property. Said you've been queuing for a taxi, but you left all your money on the TV. Can you feel me? Can you feel me? All they seem to do is be checking up on you, baby. Watching your every move, think someday they might approve, baby. Why were you creeping round late last night? Why did I see two shadows moving in your bedroom light? Now you're dressed in black, when I left you were dressed in white. Can you feel me? Can you feel me? Called diverted to answer phone. Red wine bottle, half the contents gone. Midnight return, jacuzzi turned on. Can you feel me?
다운이 삶은 갈치 플러스. 닦고 닦고 또 닦은 수건은 가운데서 냄새가.
그래서 모서리로 닦아요.
새로운 다운이는 삶은 것 같은 탈취 효과로 30번 닦아도 계속
상쾌해.
다운이 삶은 갈치 플러스. 부산의 축제 어디까지 즐겨보셨나요? 과거와 현재, 미래가 공존하는 항구도시 부산. 이곳 부산은 계절을 물들이는 다양한 축제로 늘 풍성합니다. 봄의 시작을 알리는 봄꽃 축제부터 부산의 여름을 만끽하는 바다 축제, 전 세계 영화인들이 모이는 부산국제영화제와 새로운 시작의 해맞이 축제까지. 부산의 축제는 우리의 열정을 가득 담고 있습니다. 바쁜 일상은 잠시 뒤로 하고 특별한 시간을 선물 받는 바로 이곳 부산에서 우리의 삶은 축제가 됩니다. 축제로 하나 되는 부산. 여러분은 어떤 축제를 기다리시나요? 이 캠페인은 대선공익재단과 BFM 부산영어방송이 함께합니다.
보이스피싱 전화 올 땐 전화 끊고 확인하기. 택배 주소 오류 사기. 인터넷 주소 클릭 안 돼.
늘 의심하고 꼭 전화 끊고 또 확인하고
보이스피싱에 눈을 뜨며
예방책이 보입니다.
공익광고협의회.
The time is now 7 o'clock.
꼬리에 꼬리를 무는 품격 있는 토크. 시끄러워 죄송합니다.
Inside Out 부산.
Inside Out 부산.
인사이드 아웃 부산.
인사이드 아웃 부산.
인사이드 아웃 부산. 인사이드 아웃 부산.
Welcome back, listeners. It is 7 o'clock. That means it's time for our número dos de Inside Out Busan. I'm your host, Min-Soo Shin, and welcome to the program. Thank you so much for deciding to hang out with me. I do hope you're having a lovely Monday evening. So I threw out a question for our listeners. What kind of boss would you want to have? So not necessarily like a boss, a sasu, like a workplace senior, somebody that, has been there a bit longer than you, at least a year, right? And usually is the person that shows you the ropes, right? People said Yoo Jae-seok, people mentioned Son Heung-min, people even mention Faker as the type of people they will want as a boss. Who would you want as a workplace boss slash mentor slash senior slash sasu? I'll be waiting for your messages. We're going to kick things off with On the Mic. This is the portion of our program where we get to hear the stories of you, the citizens and people of Busan. Let's see who we have for today.
All right, today we're going to talk to someone here in Busan and find out a little bit about their life. Hi, can you introduce yourself? What's your name? Where are you from? And what do you do?
Hi, I'm Aram, and I'm from Busan, and I'm running a small bakery at the moment, and I'm a baker as well.
All right, so your bakery is a small bakery, but it's very famous. Tell everybody about what kind of things you make.
I'm making sourdough bread basically, and you can find basic bread, ciabattas, and focaccias, and some sandwiches with those bread, and sweets as well. Yeah.
And how did you get interested into becoming a baker?
Actually, I just like the bread, but it was hard to find them in Busan a little bit, so I started to make my own, and then I just got to be a baker and open my bakery.
And sourdough bread is a very difficult bread compared to others to make.
That's right.
Can you tell us a little bit about why it's difficult or how to make it?
Just because it's taking time to make good bread. So I'm giving them enough time to ferment. 사워도우는 조금 시간이 걸리는 빵인데 이 빵을 더 맛있게 하려면 천천히 만들어야 되는데 이 천천히 하는 과정이 굉장히 좀 시간이 걸리고 복잡하고 신경을 많이 써야 돼요. 그래서 결국에는 맛있는 빵이 나오기는 하는데 그 부분이 다른 것 같고 좀 좋은 재료를 써야만 이 맛이 나는 것 같아요. 그게 사워도우를 맛있게 해주는 중요한 포인트인 것 같아서 그걸 좀 지키려고 애를 쓰고 있어요.
Yeah, so she has to work really hard, and it takes time to make sourdough. It's a little bit more complicated than other breads. And you started a small bakery in kind of a neighborhood that was up and coming. And tell us a little bit about why you chose this location and how it's kind of grown because of your bakery.
저는 시장 안에 빵집이 있는 게 너무 멋있다고 생각했거든요. 그래서 이 광안종합시장이 좀 오래되고 지금은 사람이 거의 없지만 그때는 시장 안에 작은 베이커리가 있어서 사람들이 지나가면서 찾아주면 너무 멋있겠다 이렇게 생각을 하고 여기 자리를 잡았어요.
So actually this is in Gwangang Jongap-시장, is that right? And so this area didn't really have a lot of people, but she created this bakery and then people started walking by. And so people first just walked by and that's how you got customers, or was it SNS, or how did people know about your bakery?
I think it's both. So people started looking to our bakery because I just opened them. It's you can look through. So they start to come ask me what kind of bread I have. So and then some SNS people start to come because it's Gwangalli. So it's all together. Yeah.
And so what is the best thing about being a baker and owning your own bakery? Why do you like having this job?
이 일이 정말로 보람이 있어요. 왜냐면 제 손으로 맛있는 걸 만들잖아요. 그리고 사람들이 진짜 맛있어 해주고 그래서 너무 즐거워요. 그리고 이 좋은 피드백이 저를 계속 좀 재밌게 일하게 만들어주는 것 같아요.
So she loves making it with her own hands and getting good feedback and making people happy. So what is the hardest thing about owning your own bakery?
You
said 일찍 일어나서?
네, 일찍 일어나는 게 제일 힘들었던 것 같아요. 베이커는 항상 일찍 일을 해야 되니까 그게 제일 어려운 부분? 지금은 익숙해졌는데 처음에는 조금 많이 긴장하고 헷갈리고 좀 몸이 힘들었어요.
What time do you have to wake up? Tell us a day in the life of a baker. 몇 시 일어나고 어떻게 해요?
지금은 조금 같이 하는 친구들이 생겨서 저희는 보통 6시에 출근하는데 제가 처음에 혼자 할 때는 4시 반 이럴 때 나왔어요.
She had to wake up at 4:30 in the morning.
Yes, I had to come by 5 or before 5 so I can make all the bread.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
All right. So I really love your bread and I really love the style. Do Korean people usually like this style of food as well? Because it seems like it's really a foreign taste. 한국 사람도 이런 맛을 좋아해요?
처음에는 좀 낯설어 하셨던 것 같아요. 근데 처음에는 그래서 단호박 크림치즈 사워도우라고 좀 단호박 한국 사람들 진짜 좋아하잖아요. 그 스윗 펌킨? 그래서 그 맛을 먼저 찾으셨는데 그러면서 이제 하나 둘씩 드셔보시고 좀 익숙해지시는 거예요. 그래서 지금은 4년 지났으니까 많이 좋아하세요.
You're changing the taste of Korean people.
Maybe, hopefully.
All right, well, I hope a lot of people can come and enjoy your delicious bread and feel the love that you put into it. And I always love it myself. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day.
Thank you. Bye.
A big thank you to our reporter Taegan for today's On the Mic, her lovely conversation with Miss Kim Aram, who is a baker, owns a bakery in the Suyong area, specifically in the Gwangan 종합시장, right? And she mentioned she always thought it was such a cool place to have a bakery. Because, people have this mindset, when you buy groceries and goods, like at a supermarket or, in its own store, you're pretty confident quality's assured. But once everybody says, 시장에서 샀다, 시장에서 만들어, 이러고 하면, really? like 신뢰가 되잖아요. Like you have this base already when it comes to just trust in the quality and the taste of anything, especially when it comes to food, right? When it comes from a 시장. So she always thought, 시장 was a great place to open up her bakery. And she talked a little bit about her experience, as well as the hard stuff about it too. She did mention that kind of bump she had to get over because her bakery, it's not the usual 빵 that you would find in a quote-unquote Korean-style bakery. She mentioned things like sourdough, right? Which is a type of bread that Koreans are not so... I think these days, though, they're more in the know, but I want to say, let's say 2-3 years back, they go sourdough and they go, what's that, right? And sourdough is usually something that they would find only like at a brunch place, let's say. But now it's regularly sold in a lot of even the more well-known franchises in terms of the bakery franchises here in Korea. They start selling sourdough bread as well. But Ms. Kim Aram, kind of an early adopter of the type. But she mentioned the hard part about owning a bakery is waking up so early in the morning. The bakery that I go to, that I frequent around my place, I think the person that runs it / baker, she goes in super early too, because the bread is all there right after I drop off my daughter, because it's on the way to and from my house and to my daughter's kindergarten. And I would walk in because, it's around that time. I get a little hungry and all the bread's already out there. So that means he or she comes in super early to make the bread. And that's why they close early too. It's not like they close and then, I'm just going to go home and rest. No, they have to prepare for the next day as well. So that's something that 우리 아람님 does find a little difficult. But you could tell the dedication and the hard work that she puts in to her craft and to her shop. So much so that she even has given her customers for the past couple of years, 4 years that she's had her bakery in the market. But now they have a taste for the different kinds of breads that she provides, not your normal ones that you eat, you find regularly at a Korean place or a Korean bakery. So, Aram님, best of luck to you. Thank you so much for your conversation. Bakers are usually the type of people that I listen to, if they say something, I find myself listening to a bit more to bakers compared to other people. Because, go into a shop and it's like, 뭐 고객님 이거는 이렇고 전 저렇습니다 라고 하는데, 네, 알겠습니다 하는데, but when you like a baker talks to you like, like this is fresh, we made it this morning, like these ingredients go in, you should try it. I'll go, really? 진짜요? And like I'm all ears. Thank you so much. I was all ears for your interview, 아람님. Thank you so much. That was today's On the Mic. Let's take a quick song break. This is 몽니 망설이지 마요.
당신이 완성한 얘기 그 속의 주인공이 되어 눈 감고 그대와 함께 춤추고 싶다면 망설이지는 마요. 그대가 모르고 떠나버리기 전에 당신이 꿈꿔왔던 이야기가 이대로 사라지기 전에 눈 감고 그대와 함께 춤추고 싶다면 망설이지는 마요. 그대가 모르고 떠나버리기 전에 당신이 꿈꿔왔던 이야기가 이대로 사라지기 전에 만만치 않은 세상 그곳 어딘가에 난 바다같이 넓은 가슴이 필요해. 망설이지는 마요. 그대가 모르고 떠나버리기 전에 당신이 꿈꿔왔던 이야기가 이대로 사라지기 전에 후회하고 있나요? 지나간 소심한 자신을 생각하며 당신이 꿈꿔왔던 이야기가 이제는 시작할 수 있게 떠나버리기 전에 당신이 꿈꿔왔던 이야기가 시작할 수
몽니 망설이지 마요. Time is now 7:14 here in the studio. Hour number 2 of Inside at Busan. I'm your host, Min-Soo Shin. A good evening, everybody. Welcome to the program. Time to give you an update on the weather as well as the traffic. Let's see how cold it is outside and how backed up our roads are. Right now, Busan City averaging 6 degrees, so pretty cold. Tomorrow, even colder. Expecting morning low of -1 degrees and afternoon highs of 10 degrees. So a cold snap, it seems like. I don't know how long it's going to go. We don't have like the exact forecast for the week, but get ready for a cold morning tomorrow because it will go below 0. It's going to be windy too, so do indeed bundle up. 네, 바람도 많이 분대요. But the good news is the air quality will be excellent. Yeah, that's great news for me as somebody who is just getting over a cold/cough that I've had for the past like 2 months, I feel like. This is great news. 내일 부산은 춥고 영하까지 내려갑니다. 네, 바람도 많이 불겠습니다. 미세먼지 없이 공기질은 좋다고 하네요. 그래서 여러분 단디 챙기세요. On to the traffic. We have congestion on 중앙대로 from Yeongju Junction going towards Choryang Junction. There's also congestion over on 충렬대로 from Dongle High School going towards Dongle Junction. Slow-moving traffic on 낙동남로 from Seongsan Three-Way intersection going towards the Gangsa Police Station. Everybody, drive safe. 안전운전 부탁드릴게요. All right, so the question that I had for our listeners today, what kind of office sasu would you want to see? Sasu meaning like a workplace senior, right? So yeah, we've had a couple messages come in. We've had reporters share. 주브로님 saying 일 잘하는 사람. Now, Jubro님, you sent in this message when we're doing our on the mic, right? So I don't know if you're referring to our on the mic interviewee, 우리 Miss 김아람님 as 일 잘하는 사람. But I feel like you're answering today's text topic. Yeah. What kind of 사수 would you want to see? Would you want to meet? What kind of workplace senior would you want to have? 맞아요. 일 잘하는 사람. Somebody that just works well. Because, I'm not saying everybody's like this, but I know a lot of people that run into their 직장 사수, their office seniors, or, people that's been there longer than they have. And especially if it's somebody that has been there for quite a while, and it basically just moves almost like a robot, because they've done it before. They can't react so well to like changes in the company, right? So they might have been a good worker before, but now with everything changing and they deciding not to change, it is hard on the people, like the new employees coming in, those under them. 맞아요. 그래서 일 잘하는 사람이 중요한 것 같습니다. I think anybody would want an office senior / manager, anybody that's above them, in terms of pay grade, to be able to do the work well. I think if you have somebody that's there, maybe in front of you that you work with, and they do the job well, and you're, let's say, a newbie at the office / business or company, like that's a person that you could look up to and learn from, right? Because that's the person you want to imitate, emulate, because you also want to be a good quality worker, right? 그래서 주브로님, I think that's one of the top qualities top qualities to have, when it comes to a 사수 or workplace senior. 일 잘하는 사람, somebody that just does a good job, or whatever position they might be in. Thank you so much for your answer and for all of your other answers. Thank you so much for all your participation in today's program. All right, it's Monday, second hour of our show. It's around that time. Let's get to me time. All right, folks, time for Me Time. Every Monday, we usually have Bonnie coming in to share with us, tips and tricks and know-hows when it comes to taking care of the most important person in our lives. You could consider your family your most important, your friends and whatnot, your, girlfriend, boyfriend, husband and wife. But you should also consider yourself as one of the most important people, right? And to actually, I mentioned Bonnie being gone for the next couple of weeks. We have another very special person filling in for her. Let's welcome Christopher. Hello, Christopher.
Hello. How are you doing today?
Pretty good. Thank you so much for coming in today. You want to directly say hi to our listeners?
Hi, listeners. It's nice to see you. I see this camera over here. I'm going to wave to the people on YouTube.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So Christopher, obviously, not a stranger to us here at BEFM, but you're also on regularly on other programs here at our station, right? But for those that might be tuning in, because I know we've had you on our show, a special segment here and there. I think most recently it was our Open Studio segment.
It was also the last day that Laura was here, so
it was
a special day that day.
It was a special day, yeah. The name that shall not be mentioned ever again. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, do you want to introduce yourself a little bit to our listeners, please?
Yeah, my name is Chris. I'm a professor over at Pusan National University. I have to include that there. And I do a lot of things around Busan. I'm a reporter for the Busan Beat magazine. I play music. I, just do a lot of things around the city.
Yeah. Jack of all trades, right? Christopher is. Thank you so much for coming in and filling in for Bonnie for the next couple of weeks for Me Time. Now, this is a segment that's all about focusing on myself because we tend to forget to take care of ourselves.
Yeah, it's at the end of the day,
Yeah.
you are the person that comes with you no matter where you go.
Exactly, right? You might be caught up with your work. And then maybe for some people, you get home and then what do you have? You have your kids and your family to take care of. But as much you put in time and effort to take care of them, a lot of the times, I know a lot of people do, especially here in Korea, you just get so caught up in doing that you forget to take care of yourself.
Yeah, sacrificing yourself for the good of others really wears you down.
맞아요.
It's important to take care of yourself.
So for this segment, Me Time, we talk about ways to take care of ourselves. So Christopher, what are you going to share with our listeners today?
Well, I have this question that I really like to ask people when I first meet them that gives me a way to really get to know them for the first time.
Oh, okay.
And that is, what art do you make? What art do you do?
Wow, so that's one of the first questions you ask.
Yeah, what's your name, what's your hobbies, what things like that.
Yeah.
What art do you create?
That might be, it might be an easy question. Let's say if your job / maybe passion is art, whatever art it might be. But let's say for like us normal folk, right, that, we don't have, let's say, time to partake in art or maybe even view / listen to it. Yeah, that might be a little
it's a tough question for some people. It catches them off guard. But what really it boils down to is what is your creative outlet? Because it's not necessarily writing music or performing or dancing or something like that.
Yeah,
it's like where do you express yourself? You put your creativity out there.
Okay.
So I put the answer to you. That question to you.
Yeah.
What art do you create?
Ooh. Okay. So in terms of me, kind of getting my thoughts and my feelings. Not only keeping it inside, but able to portray that in some way. I do like to dabble a little bit in music. I play the guitar. I don't play it as often as I should, maybe like once a week. But that once a week that I do play music, through my guitar, yeah, it's a way of me expressing myself, I feel like. It's not like I play by myself. I do it with other people, kind of like this band situation. But yeah, music is something that I partake in as an art.
Yeah, that's a very good art there. And what I ask a lot of my students sometimes is what do they do to be creative? And a lot of them, it's kind of sad because they just study, go home, work, study more, come to class.
Yeah.
And it's like at the end of the day, they're just really exhausted. And the ones that I really see are excited to have a zest for life, even do something as simple as going out to a singing room with their friends.
Oh, yeah.
And just shouting out, getting that stuff out there, that creativity out of their system.
Yeah.
So that they're able to do that. And one of the things that we do is we consume a lot of art.
Yes.
Like we, every day we do it. You read a book, you're consuming art. You watch a movie, listen to music, go see a painting. Like all of these are perfectly fine things, and they really do help you. But when I ask this question, I'm always looking for their creativity because creating art has a strong benefits for your health.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, this is something that like a lot of parents. That's the reason why they send their kids to, music hagwons, art hagwons, because they do see the benefits. Not just because all the other parents, do it, but there is a lot of benefits.
There
that
is
provide.
a lot of benefits.
Yeah.
I was talking to a student today, and she was talking about how when she was young, she used to dance all the time, tango, rumba, and when she got into high school, she unfortunately had to stop because her parents said it's not a money-making opportunity, which is always disappointing.
Sad. Yeah.
But the point of art really shouldn't be to make money.
Yeah.
It should be to help you. And one of there are at least 4 reasons that creating art as well as consuming it can be really just beneficial to your mental health.
Oh, so let's dive into a little bit about that.
Yeah, so one of the big benefits of creating art is that it really helps with your brain function. Older people, they did a study, Dr. Gene multi-longitudinal study on aging showed that when creating art, our brain responds by activating both hemispheres. So in that situation, both hemispheres of our brain are communicating, working in tandem to help ward off, and this really helps ward off dementia and other aging-related problems. So especially as you get older, being creative, some type of artwork is very important to have in your life.
Exactly. Every Tuesday, we have a corner here on our show called Insa 의학, where we have actually a doctor, certified doctor, come in. And whenever we mention about, conditions like dementia and people going about using your brain. And using your brain doesn't always mean studying. Using your brain doesn't always mean reading. And, when it comes to work, but things like, partaking in culture, partaking in art. And you just mentioned, and that kind of fires off a lot of parts of the brain on both sides. And this could benefit you wonderfully in terms of staving off things like dementia and Alzheimer's that could come later in life.
And that doesn't just benefit older people, like younger people also get that benefit. I taught music for years in the United States. And one of the benefits that we saw with children was increased language development, better math skills, things like that. It's better, even something simple like spatial awareness was really increased by participating in music programs, and that doesn't discount like art programs and things like that, like the visual arts. So you have lots of brain activity that really happens as you are creative.
Okay. So we have improved brain function. What other benefits did you want to mention?
Probably one of the big ones for our stressed out, really anxious audience is that it helps reduce stress and anxiety.
맞아요.
Yeah, and it's the act of creating itself, not the artwork itself. It's the process. We've got a study by doctors, I'm going to massacre this first name here, Garja Kamal, Kendra Ray, and Juan Munez. And they conducted a study that showed that the amount of cortisol, which is a stress hormone, decreased during a 45-minute session of making art. I believe they were doing water painting in the study.
Okay.
And this result showed that the creative process can help us tap into a meditative state, and that state helps lower our overall stress.
I believe it, because let's say, because you're so focused on making that painting, and I feel like painting shouldn't be a very stressful thing. If you're stressed out in your daily life and you start painting, and that painting is maybe like even causing you also stress, I would look for another outlet. But I feel like watercolors and painting and everything, because you're focused on making this thing, like this image in your head, a reality at least on paper. That could have a very calming effect on you.
Yeah,
I feel
very
like.
calming. A couple weeks ago, there's a really interesting program that the city of Busan puts on where they have a recycling center over in Gansogu area, and they create art out of this stuff, and they invite people to come and create art there. And so I went there, and they were doing a project about recycling and saving the environment, and I just used a bunch of what was junk to create this artwork, and just by the end of it, I felt really just calm afterwards. Even though most of my artwork is music related, and I'm not that great at drawing a picture. But even though, it turned out okay. But the process of it really helped me relax.
맞아요. So it reduces stress and anxiety. That's a big one too.
Especially if you're feeling a little bit anxious. Just whip out a pen, start concentrating on being creative.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. It also, the act of creating helps decrease your instances of depression.
Okay, because I feel like stress and anxiety leads to depression.
So it's very connected here. And in addition, it helps you with your improving your self-esteem. So you create this thing. It doesn't have to be good. But you just create it, and you feel better about your skills, about your abilities.
Yes.
Like this piece of art that I made out of this recycled stuff. Like I posted it on Instagram because I was just so impressed with how it was, even though it wasn't that great. But I was still it made me feel good that I was able to create.
Yeah,
that.
as long as you're satisfied with the outcome of it. And maybe you don't always have to be satisfied with the quality at the end, but you could maybe be overall satisfied with the experience, with the journey that got you to the point of your final, the result of your efforts. As long as you find satisfaction / maybe even joy in that, happiness, I think that could do wonders for your self-esteem.
Yeah, and there's also one benefit that is really important for group artwork, group creating. Like particularly with music, it helps build social bonds and develop friendships, things like that. Like I sing in a choir every Monday.
Okay.
And the number of people that I've met through this process just is amazing. I'm sure you find that with the people that you meet over when you're playing your guitar as well.
Yeah. We get into this, I don't want to say this trance, but sometimes whenever we're talking music, when it first start off with maybe this part we should do like a little bit of this and this part we should do a little bit of that. And then we get into discussion about that, and then it turns into something that's not too focusing on the technical, but then we just through that, having that kind of conversation, just the feeling that we're all part of this together. Like we're working together, we're creating harmonies together. And that, gives me a great feeling, I think. Yeah.
So you get through all of that and you have like a really big benefit for creating art.
Exactly. We have a quick message that came in from Haeyeon saying, I feel like sometimes a conversation ends up being art. So not just music, pictures like photography, drawing and whatnot, but even talking, conversation can become art. After I have a beautiful conversation with someone where we're both so present and vulnerable and generous, it feels like a piece of art.
Oh, yeah, it's very, very well thought out.
Yeah, because that's something you remember and you take with you. When you go to, I don't know, like the Louvre and you see like Mona Lisa, it's like, you remember that. You have this image in your head of it, right?
Yeah.
Maybe even like a conversation that lingers and continues to, be in your thoughts because it's so nice.
Yeah.
Even a conversation can be art. I like that.
That leads to the question that I have written down here. What is art? Now, a lot of people think that it's just, poetry, fiction, writing, music.
Yes.
But like your listener just said, it, conversation, things like, it's anything that uses skill and your imagination. So conversation
that makes sense.
Definitely an art. Things like cooking, gardening, crafts, like making pottery, stuff like that. Anything that combines these skills with imagination really can help produce these benefits, these brain benefits and these reduced stress benefits.
Yeah. So, don't always think that, because I'm not a poet, because I'm not a painter / drawer or musician, that, you're not partaking in art. As long as you're putting in the required, you don't have to be a professional at it.
Oh, yeah.
As long as you try it out, you acquire some skill and you use your imagination. Just those two, put together can create art.
Yeah, and it's that idea, I'm not good at this, I'm not good at creating things. Well, that really doesn't matter. And just as long as you're going for that, just go create and you can gain these benefits for your health.
Okay.
But if you still need some help getting started, there's so many places to start. Probably the easiest one is your social media account.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You mean in terms of like tutorials?
Yeah, tutorials, like just the amount of like videos that are like on YouTube just showing you how to do something.
Yeah. I think the last time I used like a video tutorial was, I mentioned this to our listeners, but because I decided for a New Year's resolution, I'm going to be and eat a bit more healthy. So I've been looking up how to make healthy smoothies on NutTube these days. So yeah, I use, NutTube and social media like IG and everything as, a base of things that I wanted to try out. But yeah, I know a lot of people, especially when it comes to music. So like with the people that I play music with, we all refer to each other certain videos of like, let's try to do it like this.
Yeah.
Right. So maybe even in the beginning, try to copy something like that, if that gets you going, and then that opens up opportunities to put your twist on things too.
Yeah. Even when I was young, one of the OG creators of like these tutorial videos, and I'm sure everybody knows him, is Bob Ross.
Oh, Bob Ross.
Yeah, just the happy little mistakes. Everything's fine.
Yeah.
Like, just go out and create. And he just shows you how to do it, like step by step.
Yeah.
Same thing. We have lots of creators out there nowadays on your social media platform of choice that will give you a step-by-step instruction that you can just copy, and as you develop skills, you can go forth and develop them from there.
For sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody has access to social media these days, so that's a great place to look up.
Yeah, you can also
ideas.
You can also take art classes. They're all over the place.
Oh yeah.
One of the places that I really like is the Busan National Gugak Center.
Oh,
many people forget that Busan, this was the first place where we had a National Gugak Center, and they do traditional performances, but they also do classes in traditional music.
That's right.
And dance and things like that. I took a class in the Haegum there, and that was a great time.
Wow, nice. So not only are you presenting the information, but you've actually done it yourself.
Yeah, it's very reasonably priced, so it's within the budget of anybody, and they even provide instruments for you.
Nice.
So you don't have to worry about buying one yourself.
맞아요. Okay, so places like nationally backed, supported, and funded ones like the Gugak Center. Okay.
Yeah, and there are also private academies. You go to a hagwon, they're all over.
Yeah.
Just walking, I go for walks randomly, and I find 3 or 4 of them almost every single time I go for a walk.
Yeah, because when we think hagwon, we think school subjects, math, English, science, and whatnot. But they have hagwon/classes for anything you could think of, any interest or hobbies that you have. Nice.
Yeah. Some of them are even government sponsored. One of my friends has taken flower arranging, jewelry making, even traditional Korean cooking classes.
Oh, okay.
Through this program.
Yeah, so options are there.
Yeah, options are there. You can also do one-on-one tutoring. Just reach out and find somebody, find a master, and I'm sure they will teach you, be more than willing to teach you.
Oh, yeah.
Really any skill.
맞아요.
Yeah. And then probably my favorite place is there are so many clubs around Busan that just are filled with talented people that want to teach you.
This is the trend these days, because here in Korea, a lot of people want to try out different stuff, have new experiences, but they're kind of shy/afraid to try it out on their own.
Yeah.
So what they do is they look for groups. I know a big trend that's caught on since last year going into this year was running clubs. Yeah. A lot of people, because they want to become healthier versions of themselves, but instead of, running by themselves, which is nice, but then to have more accountability, and it's more fun to have more, it's more fun with more people. So they join running clubs.
Yeah.
So joining clubs, I think, really kind of inspires you more, encourages you more to partake in whatever it is that you do. And if it's art, yeah,
especially since you start these maybe you don't have any skills at the beginning, but as you go on, you can see where people progress, and they can talk to you about, I was like this at the beginning too.
Okay.
And we'll give you a little bit more hope for what will be in the future.
Yeah. That's nice.
Got one of the best places to find these groups are on Facebook. I don't know. I'm sure you know him. He's a friend of the radio station. Ryan Estrada.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He's a very creative guy. He has 5 or 6 groups that he participates in that he created just so he can go out and help people to learn how to be better artists, how to be better storytellers.
Yeah, Ryan's a busybody.
Yeah.
It's because he's in that so much. We find it hard to bring him into the station sometimes. But yeah, reaching out to groups and maybe even individuals if you can, and partaking in that art/culture together. I think that's a great way.
I did look at my Facebook groups, and pretty much everything. If you do a search with Busan, whatever, you'll find a group out there that will be able to help you find your voice.
Oh yeah, nice. So joining clubs, looking at, centers, classes where it is provided, going to social media, these are all great ideas to get that, that first step into creating art.
Yeah, but seriously, the idea is to go and create. It doesn't have to be good. You don't have to be the next Picasso or the next Jimin, but the goal is to create something that you are excited to have made. And as for those of you who are saying, oh, that's great and all, but I don't have time to do this, you can, as little as 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't take much time. Get out a piece of paper, write something down.
맞아요.
And that's all you need.
맞아요. Just 10 minutes, right, of your time. Like, if you don't even have 10 minutes for, like, arts. I remember this quote that... the name that shall not be spoken. No, Laura brought us a couple months ago, and it sticks with me because it was a quote by, I want to say, like a Buddhist monk. If you don't have 10 minutes in your day to meditate, you need to meditate for an hour, right? Meaning that if you don't, even if you have like that small portion, like that window of your day, just to partake in this thing that's supposed to help you, benefit you. If you're that busy, then you need to take a step back and really, re-examine your priorities, look at your life, like what is going on right now. And I feel like everybody should have art a part of their lives, like you said. Even think like mindlessly listening to music, if that's your kind of like the little bit of art that you get, maybe as, I don't know, like a next step into it, kind of focus more on what you're actually listening to, like the lyrics of songs or what instruments are being played, like how you feel while listening to music. I think that's a great time to allow you to focus on yourself, allowing yourself to enjoy music or other, types of art. Nice. So Christopher joining us for the next couple of weeks for Me Time, Filling Your Full Body today, talking about how art, can benefit you in so many ways and how you can actually get into it. So Christopher, you mentioned like you're into music, right?
Yes.
What do you do like on a daily basis to make sure that you're getting your fill of art?
Oh, on a daily basis, I am always creating something. I have a piano in my studio in my room that I just, to turn on and tinkle around for a little bit. And I play in a group on Saturdays. We go out and have concerts about once a month.
Nice.
So it's a good time for me,
Yeah. Christopher, I'm looking forward to all the great talks we're going to have with you for the next couple of weeks. So thank you so much for coming in today. That'll wrap it up for Me Time. We'll see you back here next Monday, okay?
Thanks for having me. Have a good one.
All right, let's take a quick song break. This is Stevie Wonder, Overjoyed.
Over time, I've been building my castle of love just for two. Though you never knew you were my reason, I've gone much too far for you now to say that I've got to throw my castle away over dreams I have picked out a perfect come true. Though you never knew it was of you I've been dreaming. The Sandman has come from too far away for you to say come back some other day. And though you don't believe that they do come true. For did my dreams come true when I looked at you? And maybe too if you would believe, you too might be overjoyed, overloved over me. Over
푸짐한 선물을 원하십니까? 인사이드 부산이 준비한 소중한 선물. Full course meal voucher from Golden Lizzie, a gourmet restaurant in 거제동 and 연산동, where you can taste cuisine from Michelin Guide featured Chef Kim. 미슐랭 셰프의 파인 레스토랑 골든 리지에서 10만 원 외식 상품권. 런지 10세트. A place to entertain your brain and eyes. Museum of Illusions. 당신의 눈과 뇌를 즐겁게 하는 곳. 뮤지엄 오브 일루전 부산 착시미술관 입장권. 회원님 끝까지 집중하셔야 돼요. 언제나 마시는 커피를 신선하게 만드는 양산에 위치한 Into Roastery. Coffee voucher and a pack. A fresh coffee whole beans. Sponsored by Into Roastery in 양산. 운동 중인데 향이 좋네요. 자, 회원님 다음 암풀다운 핫돌. A delicious meal voucher from Gorilla Brewing Busan. 광안 branch, the leader of Korean handmade beer culture. 자, 수제 맥주 전문점 고릴라 브루잉 부산에서 제공하는 식사권. 자, 회원님 마지막 덤벨 85kg. We prepare admission tickets for the Busan X the Sky Top Floor Observatory, which is located at LCT in Haeundae, the highest place in Busan. 끝까지 해야 됩니다. 끝까지. 자, 부산 대표 랜드마크 해운대 LCT에 위치한 하늘 위의 바다. 부산 X the Sky 전망대 입장권을 선물로 드립니다. 회원님 수고하셨습니다. 네, 재밌는 방송 IOB와 함께 선물은 덤으로 지금 바로 참여하세요. 후하 후하.
All right, listeners, from last week, every Monday during this time, we'll be connecting with DJ Sakiko, who is from Love FM in Fukuoka. Love FM being a sister radio station of BEFM. Let's go say hi to her. Welcome, Sakiko. Hello.
Hello, Minsu. How are you?
Hi.
And 안녕하십니까?
네, 안녕하십니까 to you as well. Sakiko, thank you so much for joining us. Sakiko, how is your 2024 going so far?
It's going so good, thank you. And I just made a 100, like a bucket list for 2024.
Oh, 100, meaning 100 things that you want to do this year?
Yes, of course.
Isn't that a little too much?
No. And I did like last year, and I completed about like 85%.
Wow.
Yeah.
85% of the 100, things that you want to complete in the year. Wow, you're really diligent. See,
I know.
me, if somebody forced me to do it, I don't think I could even list like 50 things I want to do in the year. And even if I list those 50 things, I bet you I'll probably do maybe 5 of them, right? Wow, 100 things. Nice.
Yeah.
So this year, once again, you have 100 things, items on your bucket list. Shoot for 90% this year, Sakiko. 90%. I think you could totally do it.
Yeah, probably or 95%. I will try this
I
year.
like that.
Yes.
I'll keep checking up on you a couple times, all right?
Okay. All right.
But Sakiko, you'll be filling us in on just what's going on over in Fukuoka. So what do you have for us today?
Okay, today I have 2 topics. So I want to talk about 2 topics regarding Kitakyushu City, which is a northern part of Fukuoka City.
Okay. So not too far off from where you are. So what is the first topic?
Yeah, the first topic is Kitakyushu Manga Festival, the Bride's Story Exhibition.
Okay.
So it will experience international cultural exchange through manga or cartoon at the annual manga festival held each winter. And this year marks the 8th edition of the festival, featuring as its main attraction an original artwork exhibition of the Bride's Stories, which is the cartoon by the creator called Kaoru Mori. And this manga beautifully depicts the lives of young brides in Central Asia during the mid-19th century. So it's kind of interesting for historical,
Yeah. I feel like, you know what? I'm not the biggest comics, cartoons fan, but some that I know that are some that I know like near me that are. I think the Bride Stories is one of like the more representative ones to come out of Japan. A good number of people know it here in Korea as well. But so that's going to be like the main kind of like theme of the Kitakyushu Manga Festival. So could you tell us a little bit more about the event?
Yes. Additionally, the festival showcases a completion report exhibition of manga works set in Kitakyushu, created by young manga artists from Japan and South Korea.
Okay.
And visitors will have the opportunity to explore foreign cultures through manga and enjoy a diverse range of manga expressions from both Japan and abroad. And this, manga festival will be closed on January 28th, so people can still, have a time to visit Japan, Kitakyushu, and enjoy this exhibition.
Nice. So the Kitakyushu Manga Festival, the Bride Story Exhibition, as they call it, going until January 28th. Usually fans of, cartoon, comics, and manga flock to Japan, even from Korea. They go there just to enjoy and be around that environment. So this is, I think, a definitely must go to if you are a fan of that type of thing, manga I'm talking about. You mentioned you have two topics today, right? What's the next one?
It's about the old movie theater.
Okay.
The Kokura Showakan, a historic movie theater in Kitakyushu City, has reopened for business after being completely destroyed in a fire at the Tanga Market in August last year. And originally founded in 1939, the theater was reconstructed at the same site, with a pre-opening held earlier last month.
Oh, okay.
And the owner, she's a lady, Tomomi Higuchi, greeted fans, and some of whom brought decades-old photographs of the theater.
Oh, that must have been such a great feeling for, like you mentioned, like the moviegoers from long time ago who were really sad to see what happened to the movie theater. Now it's back up. Can you tell us more maybe about the opening ceremony?
Yes. In her speech, Higuchi reflected on the swift rebuilding efforts, expressing her desire to maintain the theater with community support. And a local woman in her 60s praised the hard work that went into the reopening and expressed her hopes for the theater's continued success. And the reopening day featured a screening of the two films, including the classic New Cinema Paradise.
That is
That's
a
really
classic.
good one.
Oh, yeah. Busan is a certified city of film. This is by UNESCO. So here we have so many fans of movies. So if you're ever in Fukuoka, Kitakyushu, which is north of where you are, I think this is definitely a must check out. Like that old style movie theater that they remade, that they reopened. Nice, good stuff. Sakiko will be joining us every Monday evening around this time to fill us in on a couple of events, must-go-to places and things in Fukuoka and around the area. Sakiko, thank you so much for tonight. You have a good evening.
Okay, well, and you too.
All right, we'll see you next Monday, okay?
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
You've been on my
Thank you so much to everybody tuning in to Inside of Busan. That will do it for today. The program was written by Im Soo-jin, and it was hosted and produced by yours truly, Min Soo-shin. I'm going to leave you with our last track. This one's by Adele, One and Only. Have a good one.
God only knows why it's taken me so long to let my doubts go. You're the only one that I want. I don't know why I'm scared. I've been here before. Every feeling, every word, I've imagined it all. You'll never know if you never try to forgive your past and simply be mine. I dare you to let me be until the end starts. If I've been on your mind, you hang on every word I say, lose yourself in time. At the mention of my name, will I ever know how it feels to hold you close and have you tell me whichever road I choose you'll go. I don't know why I'm scared, 'cause I've been here before. Every feeling, every word, I've imagined it all. You never know if you never try to forget your past and simply be mine. Dare to let me be your one and only. I promise I'm
다운이 삶은 칼치 플러스. 닦고 닦고 또 닦은 수건은 가운데서 냄새가.
그래서 모서리로 닦아요.
새로운 다운이는 삶은 것 같은 탈취 효과로